Brad Pitt is finally breaking his silence after closing the chapter on one of Hollywood's most talked about divorces. Yep, more than 8 years after Angelina Jolie filed for divorce, it's officially done. In a new GQ interview, Brad sat down to chat about his upcoming racing movie, F1. But of course, talk turned to his personal life, because when doesn't it? Asked whether he felt any relief after finalizing the divorce with Angelina back in December 2024, Brad gave a pretty low-key response. He said, "No, I don't think it was that major of a thing. Just something coming to fruition, legally. That's it. No drama, just paperwork, according to him at least."
Feels really good.
For those who need a refresher, Jolie filed for divorce in 2016, shortly after a private plane incident where she later claimed Brad was abusive towards her and their children. Investigations followed, but no charges were filed, and Angelina chose not to pursue legal action.
In the past, you described Brad often as a wonderful father, of course, as part of the family.
Of course, of course.
Since then, it's been a long and complicated legal journey involving custody and financial disputes.
You can absolutely madly love the same person you want to kill.
The two stars, who share 6 kids, Maddox, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, and twins Knox and Vivian, had been locked in a pretty intense battle.
And we are a family, and we will always be a family, and we will get through this time and hopefully be a stronger family for it.
Though Pitt's team stayed tight-lipped when news of the settlement came out, Angelina's lawyer told people that she's been focused on peace and healing, not just for herself, but for the entire family. He admitted it's been exhausting for her, but there's some relief now that this chapter is closed.
Well, we all have times in our lives where we feel broken.
Brad knows his personal life is always under the microscope. He told GQ, "It's been in the news for 30 years, bro." And when asked if his new movie offers him some kind of escape from the noise, he simply said, I don't see it that way." Meanwhile, a source close to Pitt shared that he's glad to have the divorce behind him, and things with his girlfriend, Inez de Ramon, are going strong.
All right, moving on.
The two have been going steady since 2022, and rumor has it, wedding bells might not be too far off. But is Inez the one for Brad? Or was Angelina his ultimate love? One thing's for sure, Inez and Angie are polar opposites. Angelina was born into Hollywood royalty, the daughter of John Voight and Marceline Bertrand, making her big screen debut at just 7 years old.
Where are you from, honey?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
She spent decades in the public eye, running a film production company, a fashion brand, and carrying out high-profile humanitarian work.
So I'm here today to say that refugees are not numbers. They're not even just refugees. They are mothers and daughters and fathers and sons.
And Inez? She's the anti-Angelina. She keeps a low profile, works behind the scenes in the luxury jewelry world, and avoids the spotlight. Brad's whirlwind romance with Angelina is well known. He fell for her on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and their relationship moved fast, sparking headlines everywhere.
I enjoyed working with him, and I was very impressed with when we did the fight scenes, especially. I enjoyed those the most.
But his relationship with Inez has been quite the opposite. First linked in late 2022 when they were spotted backstage at a Bono concert, their bond has grown steadily and quietly. By February 2024, she had moved into his Los Feliz home. But apart from the occasional outing, like the British Grand Prix, they've stayed under the radar.
All over the place, and I'm never going to be calm or stable or normal or...
Raised in a devoutly Christian Spanish family in an upscale Geneva suburb, Inez attended the prestigious Collège Calvin before earning a business degree from the University of Geneva in 2013. Her upbringing and education seem worlds away from Angelina's, who went to Beverly Hills High and was openly struggling with personal issues, including battling substance abuse at just 20.
Freedom is pretty to me, so yeah, things that maybe are dangerous, they make you feel alive, make you feel, free.
Inez also happens to be a certified nutritionist and health coach, which aligns pretty well with Brad's current lifestyle. He's reportedly vegan and sober now, a big change from the days when he admitted to boozing too much during his marriage to Angelina. And while Jolie's rebellious past is well documented, Inez's life has been far more low-key.
You can absolutely madly love the same person you want to kill.
That's not to say she doesn't have experience with Hollywood relationships. Before Brad, she was married to Vampire Diaries star Paul Wesley, and much like her current romance, they kept things pretty private, spending time hiking with their rescue dog instead of hitting red carpets. Meanwhile, Angelina's dating history has been, well, a bit more intense. Think blood vials, tattoo tributes, and whirlwind romances.
Vial containing his blood.
That's his.
4 drops of his blood.
Yes, well, I don't know if it's 4. I did it twice. I have a vial in my room.
And Brad? He's been linked to a few high-profile relationships, like with models Emily Ratajkowski and Nicole Podorowski, but maybe now he's ready for something a bit quieter, more peaceful. As for that 26-year age gap with Inez, turns out it's hardly noticeable. And here's a sweet little detail. She even wears a necklace with a B for Brad. Now, if that's not adorable, what is?
Favorite gift to give?
Favorite gift to give? Love.
After all the chaos with Angelina, maybe what Brad really needs is someone as calm and grounded as Inez. As Brad embraces a quieter life with Inez, his past still lingers, especially when it comes to his kids with Angelina. Honestly, it seems like moving on won't be so simple. In 2024, Shiloh turned 18 and filed to have Pitt legally removed from her last name. There's even a video of Zahara introducing herself with her sorority name as Zahara Marley Jolie. And get this, Vivian's name was listed as Vivian Jolie in the play The Outsiders, where she's a producer alongside her mom. Looks like the Jolie name is taking center stage. From what US Weekly says, Brad is devastated by this. One source said, to him, it was more than a name change. It was a symbol of a deeper estrangement that's been brewing for years. How heartbreaking, right?
I mean, we all carry, I think, great pains, great regrets. We've all experienced loss. We've all experienced great loneliness at times.
An insider shared that Brad was blindsided by Shiloh dropping his last name, but he wasn't surprised. He feels that Angie has slowly but surely turned their kids against him. She absolutely influenced their decisions to distance themselves from their dad. Talk about drama. Brad feels like Angelina had a hand in this whole thing.
Turned my own kids against me.
The insider added, Shiloh didn't give her dad a heads up about her decision. He's absolutely heartbroken because he was closest to Shiloh. He thought they were on solid ground.
We all fell in love with the video of Shiloh dancing.
Yeah.
Bro!
I know, me too.
That girl is bad!
Yeah, brings a tear to the eye.
Here's where it gets really weird. Not too long ago, there were reports that Shiloh wanted to move in with her dad. A source claimed she was planning to move into Brad's mansion in Los Feliz, California soon. Why such a drastic change of heart? And it's not just Shiloh, Zahara, and Vivian. Word on the street is that Brad's relationships with Maddox and Pax are pretty much non-existent. Family drama at its peak. While the other kids have stayed silent on this matter, Pax let off some serious steam in an infamous Instagram post on Father's Day 2020. And this came right on the heels of Brad's Oscar acceptance speech, where he declared his love for his children.
This is for my kids who color everything I do. I adore you.
Pax didn't hold back, calling his dad a world-class asshole. That's certainly one extreme way to air dirty laundry.
What'd you say?
And as if that wasn't enough, Pax continued, you have no consideration or empathy toward your 4 youngest children who tremble in fear when in your presence. You have made the lives of those closest to me a constant hell. You may tell yourself and the world whatever you want, but the truth will come to light someday. He wrapped up with a bang. So, happy Father's Day, you f***ing awful human being. A source described this rant as unusual, since Pax never says much about his parents on his profile. Guess he had a lot to get off his chest that day. Don't forget what sparked it all. Yeah, that notorious scene on the plane. Back in 2016, there was an incident on a private jet that set off a chain of events leading to the Brangelina divorce. Apparently, Brad was drunk, and there was a heated argument between him and Angelina. Things got messy when their eldest son, Maddox, stepped in, and the argument escalated more than it should have. Jolie, who was married to Pitt for 2 years, filed for divorce days after this alleged physical altercation between Brad and Maddox, who was 15 at the time. Following an FBI investigation into child abuse allegations, Pitt was cleared of all charges. However, the details of what happened on that private plane were later leaked to the press.
We are focusing on the health of our family. And so we will be stronger when we come out of this, because that's what we're determined to do as a family.
Based on the documents, Angelina told investigators that Brad's actions during the flight from France to Los Angeles frightened their children, who were aged between 8 and 15 at the time.
And I guess you go through a certain point of pain or loss, and you either go down or you get back up.
She claimed that Pitt lunged at one of the kids after they called him a prick, and she had to hold him back in a chokehold. Sounds crazy.
Please stop.
Do it.
Stop!
Well, it gets even worse. Pitt allegedly told Jolie that one of the children looked like a Columbine kid, referring to the 1999 Columbine High School massacre. Seriously, can you believe this?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, what do you think? Is Brad truly a terrible dad, or is Angelina steering the kids away from their father? Drop your thoughts below.